You know, he had this swagger and just this, you know, fucking, you know, a badass.
First rock album you bought, you said Star Wars, 6 years old. Do you still recall the first rock album you bought? Rock or metal?
That was definitely a rock record. The first rock record I bought, I want to say the first rock record I bought was AC/DC Back in Black. That was one that a bunch of my friends had rock records and we would listen to them, but then the one that I purchased was Back in Black.
That was the first album after Bon Scott died.
Yep.
What attracts you in this album?
What was the songs I was there? I don't know, just like a bunch of kids, you know, like I was like a bunch of kids in my, you know, junior, I can't remember what grade I was in, but whatever, a bunch of the older kids in my school were listening to it, and so I heard a lot, and everybody was talking about, you know, how the singer had died and he had OD'd, and, or, you know, that was the rumor, but he didn't OD. But then, you know, I started hearing some of the songs, and I heard Back in Black, and then I heard You Shook Me All Night Long, and, you know, it's kind of like this junction in my life where, you know, my family had moved to Fremont, and I didn't really know anybody, and there was all these new people, and there was all these bad influences kind of intersecting. I was really into judo and jiu-jitsu before this, and then I got there and I couldn't go to my class was too far away to go to, and so like I quit judo and jiu-jitsu, started smoking weed, and then AC/DC came in, and then Black Sabbath, and that was it. It all kind of intersected in this 3-month period of my life.
Do you still listen to this album?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not on a daily basis, but yeah, there's some rocking songs on there, man.
Yeah. What makes this album so good? From in their whole catalog?
I mean, I don't think it's their best in the catalog. I would say Highway to Hell's better for sure, and If You Want Blood, You Got It, I like better as well, but that was my first one, and so it's just got like, it's got some fucking timeless songs on it, man. It rocks fucking hard, killer production, like great hooks, like super high, you know, like Brian just had this grit in his voice, man. He sings really high, but he's got this grit to it, which is so fucking killer. I love it, man.
Is there one song that you is your favorite song of the album?
I love Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution. I love Back in Black, Hell's Bells, You Shook Me All Night Long. Those are my main jams.
Well then, next question. What is the best singer in rock according to you?
Best singer in rock. Bon Scott, for sure, man.
Why?
You're talking about just anybody over the course of time, right? Yeah. He's just got this, you know, like you watch those old videos and his voice, he's got a really high range, for one. Like, it doesn't really sound like you're listening to a high range because it's so gritty, it's not clean. You know, a lot of people sing high and clean. Like, he sang really high and had just this grit on there that was just so, you know, whiskey soaked, cigarette soaked, and, you know, he had this swagger and just this, you know, fucking, you know, a badass up there, dude. And he was, you know, you watch those old videos and he is just fucking, he's on fire. He's amazing.
What is there one song that you say
funny and witty and self-deprecating, but cocky and arrogant at the same time, and, you know, just strutting, and I love it. And just the voice and the lyrics, and, you know, all the, you know, the play on words and all the sexual innuendo. Like, I just thought all of it was cool. And it's clever, you know, like, it makes you think more than it just is overt.
Is there one song that you say, well, this sums it up for me?
I'm gonna Walk All Over You.
Can you explain the song?
It's just about how one day I'm gonna walk all over you. Gotta walk all over you. Yeah, it's a good jam.
And I think he passed away in 1978 or something. I think he only sang in AC/DC for 3 or 4 years.
Was it really only 3 or 4 years? Yeah, I guess so, huh?
Yeah, I think they were really young when they started.
Yeah, like 5 or 6 albums though, in that short period of time.
Yeah. What did he bring to AC/DC that differed when Brian Johnston took lead?
I mean, I don't want to turn this into a, Brian Johnson versus Bon Scott thing, but he just, I mean, he was the first.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the guy who laid down that vibe. And granted, Brian Johnson added something else, and obviously they had great success with it. But there was just kind of I don't know. He just had a swagger about him that was cool.